Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we're diving into one of the most talked about murder trials in the country. The case against Karen Read. This case has everything: a police officer's mysterious death, allegations of a massive cover-up, a courtroom battle that ended in a mistrial, and a community that is completely divided on what actually happened. So let's break this case down from the beginning, cover the latest updates, and talk about what this chaotic legal battle means for Karen Read, John O'Keefe's family, and the public. Let's get into it. Now, Karen Read was charged with killing her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, after a night out in January 2022. The prosecution says she ran him over and left him to die in the snow. The defense? Oh, they've got a wildly different story, that O'Keefe was beaten inside the house and Karen was framed by people with serious connections to law enforcement. Y'all, this case has gone way beyond the courtroom. It's all over social media with protests, Team Karen versus Team Justice for John, and even a blogger arrested for allegedly harassing witnesses. And now, with a retrial set for April 2025, it's about to get even messier. All right, so let's rewind to January 29th, 2022. It was a freezing, blizzard-filled night in Canton, Massachusetts. Karen Read and John O'Keefe had been drinking and bar hopping with friends. At some point, they ended up outside the home of Boston police officer Brian Albert, where a small get-together was happening. According to prosecutors, Karen dropped John off at the house, attempted a three-point turn, and allegedly hit him with her SUV before driving away, not realizing he was dying in the snow. Hours later, she returned and found him unresponsive, with severe head injuries, 2 black eyes, and signs of hypothermia. Now, Karen's defense team, they are not having it. They say John never made it into Karen's car that night. Instead, they argue he was attacked inside the house, maybe by someone he had a beef with, and then staged outside to make it look like an accident. And their theory is not just speculation. They've pointed to things like the lack of blood inside Karen's SUV, an unexplained Google search by a key witness, how long to die in cold, that was supposedly done before John was even found, and the fact that several police officers connected to the case seemed way too close to the people inside that house. This is where things get messy. The prosecution says this is all just a desperate conspiracy theory. The defense, they say it's a full-blown police cover-up. And that argument was strong enough to leave the jury in the first trial completely stuck. The first trial started in April 2024, and let me tell y'all, it was a circus. The prosecution brought in forensic experts who claimed that John's injuries matched a car accident. They even said they found John's DNA on Karen's broken taillight. But then the defense hit back with some bombshells. No blood, no hair, no clothing fibers in Karen's car? That's weird for a hit and run. That Google search about dying in the cold? That came up on the phone of a woman who was inside the house that night. And then there's Trooper Michael Proctor, the lead investigator, who had sent text messages calling Karen Read a, quote, whack job, and even joked about her killing herself. Y'all, that's the cop in charge of the case. It all ended in July 2024 with a hung jury. No conviction, no acquittal, just a big old legal mess. And then the defense tried to shut down a second trial, saying that retrying Karen Read would be double jeopardy. Massachusetts court said nope. And now Karen Read is heading for a retrial on April 1st, 2025. Y'all, this case has taken over social media. There are free Karen Read rallies, TikToks, Reddit threads dissecting every single detail, and even a whole Facebook group dedicated to proving her innocence. Karen Reed supporters say the police rushed to blame her instead of investigating what really happened. The case is full of shady connections between the cops and the people in that house. And they believe Karen Reed is an innocent woman being railroaded. But then there's the other side. People who say Karen did run him over and is making up wild conspiracy theories. The evidence shows a car accident, not a murder. And the defense is harassing witnesses and throwing out baseless accusations. And y'all, the drama just keeps getting worse. A blogger who was leading the Free Karen movement, he got arrested for allegedly harassing witnesses. People are showing up at court with signs, protests, and full-blown screaming matches. This case has divided people like nothing else. And now, with the retrial coming, we're about to see round 2 of the legal battle. So here we are, a murder case, a mistrial, a retrial, and a whole lot of controversy. But let's take a second to really think about this. If Karen Reed is guilty, why would so many people, including independent experts, lawyers, and even former law enforcement, be standing behind her and saying this is a massive cover-up? That's not something you see in every case. And on the flip side, if Karen Reed did kill John O'Keefe, why is there so much confusion in the evidence? Why would key witnesses change their stories? Why would an investigator on the case be sending vile text messages about the woman he's investigating? That's not normal either. Something about this case just doesn't sit right. And I think that's why so many people are invested in the outcome. It's not just about Karen Reed, it's about trust in the justice system, the role of law enforcement, and whether or not we can actually get to the truth when so many different forces are at play. And y'all, this retrial, it's going to be even bigger than the first one. The prosecution has had time to tighten their case. The defense has learned what landed with the jury and what didn't. And you better believe the media is going to be all over it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see more explosive revelations, more heated courtroom moments, and maybe even a new verdict that changes everything. So now I want to hear from y'all. Do you think Karen Reed is guilty, or is this a full-on frame job? What do you think about the way this case has been handled? And do you think this retrial will actually bring us any closer to the truth? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is a conversation we need to have. And trust me, I'll be following every twist and turn of this retrial. So make sure you're subscribed and have those notifications on so you don't miss any updates. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.